Steel strings wail, thunder roars, battered heart, open source, weight of lies, pulling tight. You're the darkness in my night. Broke me in, broke me down, shattered soul hit the ground. Echo scream, no safe sound. Broke me in, broke me down.
All right. Sorry about that. Just weird day. Let's just say that. And a weird last 5 minutes. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. We're doing a vertical stream tonight. Supposed to be last night, but I opted out. We did a show last night? Yeah. We didn't do it this way, did we? Did I do a vertical show yesterday? No, there's no way. There's no views. Yeah, there's no views. It's impossible. Last night's show, I can't believe like the last few shows just aren't getting the views like we used to get. We used to get 1,500, and now we're down to 350. It's 600, but they're pushing us out, and I've got to reconsider. I've got to consider it. Starting another UFO channel. Yeah, I think this channel's dead. I'm not sure. We're going to give it till the end of the year and see if things change, but I don't think they are at all, to be honest. But if I started a new channel, we have a chance to go places. I could probably do it right this time. If I would do things over, I would do them a little differently than I did this last time. But, when you get fake strikes on your channel and you have a bunch of homos that don't like you, they'll do whatever they can to get you out of here. The Fist, Scambian, one of the biggest fruitcakes on the planet. That guy is definitely not straight. There's no way Steve Scambian is a straight guy. There's just no. Well, I can't see a girl wanting. I can't believe he procreated. Ew. Made another scam butt. He made a little scam piece of Scambian. Little bitch. Another little bitch. I bet you in 10 years when that kid turns 18 or whatever, where is that old man Giordano? I'll kill him, Dad. Believe it or not, he's not one of the 3 people who we should stay away from in ufology. I couldn't believe what I saw today. Well, it came out 2 days ago, I think, on Weaponized. They had Danny Silva, Joe Merja, and UFO Jesus. About 4 years ago, they were called the Young Guns by George Knapp. And now he doesn't know what to call them. I don't know. They're not young anymore. Boy, oh boy, you've got to hear some of this shit. These people never. Now, mind you, you don't need to be a boots on the ground guy or girl. You don't need to be that kind of researcher to talk about ufology, right? But you need to understand how cameras work and what things look like in certain light situations, time of day, time of the year, all that stuff. These guys are at the bottom of all of it. They don't know shit when it comes to objects. But they sure as hell are the most gullible motherfuckers on this side of ufology. And that's why Weaponized had him on, because they suck Jeremy Corbell's ass so high and mighty. They get all the way up in that butthole, man. They just pucker up, Jeremy. We're coming in for a landing. Can we stay with you? Where's my nose? Disgusting. You got to see this Weaponized. Some of the things that these guys say. I really think I think UFO Jesus said something positive about Tim Waltz. However you say that fruitcake's name. Tim Walz. Oh my God, dude. And then they start talking about Trump. And, well, we don't want to get into the politics. You know how we feel about him. See, they get their emotions involved. They think they had it made the last 4 years when Biden, well, whatever the corpse was, when that administration was going, that was their time to thrive. Then they did. You think YouTube's going to kick a bunch of woke leftards off of YouTube for talking about ufology? No, they would do that to me. Because I don't go with what they're selling. What they're selling is everything you hear Corbell and George Knapp talk about. We got to get this Schumer thing. I'm going to get that approved for the third time. Third time they're trying to get this Schumer thing in. It probably will pass. It is so lame ass. It doesn't mean shit. It doesn't help disclosure. It doesn't get us any closer. Oh, why? Why don't people want to know the truth? I don't know, man. Who's here tonight? Hey, we got Huge Johnson, my favorite. How you doing? Samo. What's up, Samo? Teresa Pulio. How you do? David Wilcox, not Wilcox. How do you do? Tom. How do you do? Chicken Coop Confidential. How do you do? Skybird. How you doing? Sky Allen. Is that you? Welcome. Christopher V. What do you say? How do you be? And Frostradamus. If I didn't say your name doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we started late and got a lot of show to do. Ready? Go. And you see the number 35, all the people here. That's going to go to like 150 in a minute. Give it another 5 minutes. You'll see. You'll see. We're going to try the turbo launch of the show tonight in about 5 minutes. Well, I want to start tonight's show off with, if you laugh, you're a conservative. It's my new thing. Don't care anymore. Channel's dead. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Small truck, lady.
I had a couple Red Bulls. Have you ever had a Red Bull? I never had a Red Bull before, but I had a Red Bull last night. I really like Red Bull. I got a new necklace. Glows in the dark.
There's a funny one
Can't really see
coming
it
up
right
I
now.
want you to
I should do this.
Attack 100, damage 0.
That's really something. Doesn't Red Bull make you...
Dog soaking up them rays.
Hermano,
We're just getting you guys warmed up. Don't
trompado
worry.
que le pegaron.
You live, bro?
¿Todo bien?
I'm looking for a specific video.
Approved! Approved! I don't know.
Oh, here it is.
Bullet.
All
We
right.
dodged a missile.
So,
Enjoy the feud.
as you can see, Minnesota Vikings now have male cheerleaders. No. I say No. And I'm going to let them know, no, this is wrong. It's so wrong in every way possible. Seeing guys dancing out, 2 guys dancing with all the girls. They have pom-poms. No, these aren't the guys at the bottom with the muscle. These aren't the guys that throw to girls. These are the girl guys. These are the fembots. This cannot be the future of football. I can't. I won't watch a Minnesota game if I'm watching football and they announce that, hey, now we've got a couple of male cheerleaders. That's it. I'll never watch a Minnesota game again. I don't care if they make the Super Bowl. I won't watch it because they're going to show us the fucking cheerleader guys every time, and I don't give a shit. Nobody cares. Guys don't want that shit. It's not sexy. It's not inclusion. It's not right. It's completely morally wrong for a man's sport. Yes, it's a man's sport. 98% men watch it. Do you understand? 98%. We don't want guys out there on the field. And we don't want to wear pink in February either. All right? And I'm sorry. But I watch football and I go to the games to get my mind off shit. Not at halftime. Hey, you know somebody who died? Yeah. Well, we're going to remind you every Sunday. Jesus. Can't I get away from death? Check this out.
Ugh. There
Not
are
my
male
America.
cheerleaders. They're like buff. They're like the bottom of the pyramid, throwing
Yeah,
cheerleaders
see?
up, looking up the skirts. God bless America. These dudes, they stick out like a sore thumb, man. At least dress them like the girls.
Yeah.
Give them a skirt. I don't care. If you're going to be this gay, go full gay.
If he's not giving you money, he doesn't love you.
She says as she eats her fast food fries.
He doesn't. Not even 10%.
Mark II wrist blaster.
Oh, I got to get one of those.
Bro, you can't keep making this tech in your garage. It's too sick.
That's cool. Wow.
10% power. Bro, I know your HOA loves you from this dude.
My husband just
watch
said
this.
he thinks my period might be coming soon. How friggin' dare he? He's got no idea when my period's coming.
Guys, my son is about to say his first words.
Do y'all take EBT?
Oh my God.
All right, we'll get away from that. I just wanted to smile for a minute. Is that so hard? Let's get right to it. We're not even going to waste any time. We're going to pull up the weaponized video. And I am going to pick apart, and we're not going to do this the whole show. Because I have to show you, and I think, yeah, I do want to talk about Melon and Eleganzo. I also want to talk about some scary shit, some videos I want to play. And I'm going to end the show with something so American, you would think you're in America. All right. Where is it? Here it is. Spiraling down, going down. Let me go to 40 minute. Let me go. You got to hear what UFO Jesus says here. This is just, what's the opposite of gold? Mud? This is muddying the water. Just, I don't know why or how UFO Jesus is even a thing, but we all know, we followed him when he first started on Goof on heavily. I'm sorry for that. But 4 years later, he goes by Ryan, and he's not eating cockroaches anymore off the microphone. And then you got Joe Merja who blocked me on X because he hates the truth. Anytime he said something, I would totally debunk it, and he hated it. So he blocked me, and that took him a while. And then Danny Silva, I don't really have any beef with Danny Silva other than he just says the wrong shit. They all do because they're on that side of ufology. Have you noticed how long things have taken? Right? We haven't gotten anywhere with these people on that side of ufology. What have we gotten? We have gotten fucked. That's what we've gotten. So much so, they're all fighting with you. Not these gooks, but everybody is fighting with everybody. Because nobody is happy with the results of the election. Yeah, we're still talking about 7 months later. We're still talking about 8 months, whatever the hell. Oh, listen to this. This will get you happy in the beginning.
You know what that means or where they're from, extra whatever, right? That acknowledgement itself, just flat out, I think is
I'm
for
gonna
me
go back to the
disclosure.
beginning.
As soon as we get that, then I'm going to feel like we've crossed the Rubicon. But I would like to ask each of you, what does that look like for you? What is the best dream scenario in your mind right now? What is disclosure to you? You know, what happens 5 years from now if everything goes right?
I'll just jump in and say disclosure is the acknowledgement that we're not alone. You know, adding to what you said, Jeremy, regarding like nuclear physics, and I know that.
Did you hear what he said? It's the acknowledgement that we're not alone. That's not it. That's not disclosure, is it? Is it? Is that disclosure? Shit, he left a lot of stuff out. He left a lot of stuff. I think he left out aliens and everything that you unpack with that. Where do they come from? How long have they been here? Have they been here before? Who built the pyramids? Where's Atlantis? Help me.
At David Grush spoke about this when he was interviewed by Ross Coulthard. He's like,
oh, hold on. By the way, these guys, you have to remember, they think Grush and all those guys, the whistleblowers, are gods. They look up to these people and they just want to lick, tickle, and touch.
You can go to a university and study nuclear physics, but you're not going to learn the designs to like a nuclear ICBM, right? Or anything like that. So it is integrated into society, even though simultaneously, you know, you have the Department of Energy, where some of the biggest secrets the U.S. government has is how does nuclear power work? How does nuclear detonations work? And so you can have it both ways. You can study UAP and maintain classification on the stuff that's dangerous for society. Former Rear Admiral Tim Gallaudet, you know, he just recently sent a letter to the science advisor to President Trump. His name is Michael Kratsios. And he was outlining exactly what you were just saying. Why is this not a national priority? It's so insane. So to me, disclosure, I mean, you first have to acknowledge we're not.
How is this, aliens, not a national priority? Sydney Sweeney is the national priority. That's what they're talking about. Heavy downpours, car crashes, murder. That's what they're talking about. Nobody's talking about aliens. Nobody gives a Shiite Muslim about UFOs. We only care about it. Boy, I was out there today. You're going to see some video of it. I don't know if I'll have it today, but tomorrow. You know, people just don't know. They don't know. They have no idea about anything. It's amazing.
alone, and then everything else will take care of itself. I don't like
Hold
once
on.
the world learns regarding like nuclear physics, and I know that David Grush spoke about this when he was interviewed by Ross Coulthard. He's like, there you can go to a university and study nuclear physics, but you're not going to learn the designs to like a nuclear ICBM, right? Or anything like that. So it is integrated into society, even though simultaneously, you have the Department of Energy, where some of the biggest secrets the U.S. government has is how does nuclear power work? How does nuclear detonations work? And so
Detonations. Anytime they want to sound important, they always over accentuate. Is that it? The T's and the P's in their words, right? And we have to see the populace. They do it all the time, these guys.
you can have it both ways. You can study UAP and maintain classification on the stuff that's dangerous for society. Former Rear Admiral Tim Gallaudet, he just recently sent a letter to the science advisor to President Trump. His name is Michael Kratsios. Michael Kratsios. And he was outlining exactly what you were just saying. Why is this not a national priority? It's so insane. So to me, disclosure, you first have to acknowledge we're not alone, and then everything else will take care of itself. I don't once the world learns we're not alone, you don't need to persuade scientists to.
Child. Just a child. Oh, I don't know what the big deal is. Just tell everybody. The world's ready. No. The government's not ready. No one's ready. You understand there's wars going on around the world? There's an economy that sucks. There's people struggling, dying in the streets, getting shot every day in Cleveland. I don't know why I said that, but it's true. Cleveland? Minnesota. No, those are the gay cheerleaders. Yeah. No. Well, same thing. But this is why it's dangerous. This is why he's dangerous. And you're only hearing a beep of it, just a smidgen of why he's dangerous. Well, what's the big deal? Just tell us. That's all. He doesn't understand what will happen if you tell the world there's aliens here. If the government does it, you just can't rip it off like a Band-Aid. I used to say that. Just tell us, rip it off like a Band-Aid. Get it over with. Why don't you? I honestly don't think it's a good idea. I like the thought of it, sure, but we're so not ready for it. That's why I think, and this is just my opinion, for all I know, he could be right. Right? Because nobody knows. We only know what we hear and how you interpret it and perceive it. I perceive that everything we hear is not even a half-truth. It's a 1/10 of a truth. It's gotten bad. It's gotten so bad that fake news is better than UFO news right now. I'm telling you, it's bad. And then you got this monkey over here with a couple other jamokes talking like, well, I don't know what the big deal is. I don't know. There's so much evidence. No, there isn't. They have smoking gun evidence in China, he says. He says this. They got smoking gun evidence in China. How does he know?
To pursue this, they're going to be frothing at the mouth, as will everybody else. So it's like it's mind-blowing that we live in an infrastructure of reality where there are so many interests from so many different disparate places, all aligning with the goal of keeping it secret. And that's when I have sympathy for skeptics. Yeah. I don't agree with skeptics, but when you look at it through that lens, it seems implausible. How many nations have smoking gun evidence of UAP, right? Yes, the U.S. allegedly has craft retrieval programs. I think it's likely, but then China has them.
China has smoking gun evidence? I didn't know. It's all news to me. Dangerous.
Russia has them.
Russia has it. We all have it, guys. That's the danger. We all have smoking gun evidence because without it, they're going to know what we're flying in the sky. This is so fun.
The Five Eyes are all read in on this and talk about it. It's like it's so universal.
The Five
and yet
Eyes.
all 8 billion of us are walking around completely oblivious. So yeah, disclosure is just acknowledgement we're not alone. You don't have to do one other thing. You don't have to start an organization. You don't have to persuade anybody of anything. Once that we know we're not alone, everybody from every field is going to be frothing at the mouth, and it will be go time, and that's it. It's over.
All right, let's go in the beginning. It's so much better when you start from here, but I had to go there just to give you an idea.
I'm good. I'm not speaking much.
Yeah, Danny Silva has the personality of his bald head. The most boring person you'll ever hear, but has a lot of interesting things to say. I just don't buy the guy. I mean, he's the most credible out of everybody there, except for, Corbell's Corbell. But Danny Silva's not that bad, but he's really good friends with these jamokes. So
on your social media, and I'm just kind of taking a step back, listening to you guys. And I'm still tracking everything as much as possible. I just haven't felt the need to speak up because...
What a great guest. Good pick. Good choice. Hey, let's have a third panelist. Who is it? Paint.
Because I like not arguing on social media. It's fun for me. So
wait, hold on. What did he just say? I don't like
listening to you guys. And I'm still tracking everything as much as possible. I just haven't felt the need to speak up because I like not arguing on social media. It's fun for me.
I like not arguing on social media. It's fun for me. Not arguing is fun for you. Got it.
So it's just as easy to track it and not always give an opinion, but I'm still here and I'm watching the great work you and George are doing and all the great contributions that Joe and Ryan are doing on social media and other places, and I'm just kind of waiting to see and following the developments.
Nice, man. Yeah, social media is a battleground for this stuff, and I know I've been watching recently. Ryan has had some really cool drops, some video drops. So Ryan, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Just trying to stay up to date with all the news. I feel like huge UFO news is dropping every other day. It's kind of crazy. And I'm trying to catch up on some of the stuff I missed in the past few months as well.
Nice. I want to ask you what some of the huge news is, but in the meantime.
So Danny Silva doesn't really speak much. He doesn't like, the internet because it's mean. And he's just not going to say much. Ryan hasn't been around for a couple of months. He doesn't really know or is up to date on everything. Wow, 2 out of 3 guests so far with that much to bring to the table on what's going on in ufology. Woo! Good threesome right here, I tell you. Hey, I wonder what Joe Merja is going to say.
Joe, UFO Joe, what's shaking, man?
Same issue. It's like Sunday. I'm like, all right.
Okay. Is it me or does that look like Artie Lang if he is still on drugs?
Right. No UFO Twitter today. I'm going to just stay off. And I wound up staying on for 8 hours. It's like everything kept happening.
I'm stopping it whenever I want, so get used to it. Yeah, he stayed on X for 8 hours.
It's like, we got a new Burleson interview. We got a new Rounds interview. We got this, we got that. So yeah, it's good.
It's funny. I take ufology very seriously. I always do, no matter how much you hear me bitch, moan, complain, and all that stuff. I just to spend all day on X. And I mean, this guy's been around for 4 years, 5 years. So there's an interview from who? Burleson. Did you hear what he said? You know, all these videos dropping. Oh, like, they're not saying anything that's worthy of repeating, even though that's the news. That's what we have to repeat. Everybody's saying the same thing over and over. But these guys like to make it into something it isn't. And Joe Merja's known for being an exaggerating fool.
Good. It's just, it's hard to keep up with everything.
Yeah, it's a different time, right? We have so much breaking constantly now, and that is not the way that it was been over the last decade. And now with the social media, you can engage each and every little thing. You find out about it faster than even Congress people at times. So you guys are mentioning some big things. Maybe Ryan, you mentioned it first. What are some of the bigger things you've seen happen, and what do they mean for us at this time in the UFO space?
Well, a few days ago, for an example, Vice President J.D. Vance said in a podcast that he's obsessed with the UFO issue and he wants to get to the bottom of it. I thought that was pretty big. In fact, technically, as a fact, I don't think a vice president has ever broached UFOs, a sitting vice president has ever broached UFOs that way. And I think that is an indicator of where we are with this topic. Because like if something like that would have happened prior to December 16th, 2017, we would all be overwhelmed and we wouldn't believe what we're seeing, but it's like another Tuesday now and stuff like that's happening all the time. But, you know, I think George Knapp is kind of rubbing off on me, though, because, you know, he's very pessimistic about transparency. And, you know, when Trump came into office in the beginning, I was like, okay, you know, we got Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State. We got John Ratcliffe. He's the director of the CIA. They've both been huge advocates for UFO transparency. Let's see where this goes. And like 6 months later, the Trump administration really isn't doing anything. So
what did Biden do? For 4 useless years. Trump had to take over an invasion, an economy that was, you know, the violence, lots of violence, a lot of violence, especially in New York. Oh, can't do it. I'm not going to try. I want to do it, though. And, you know, 6 months, 7 months in, maybe now we can talk. All right. Give the guy just got back in office. Oh, it's been 6 months. My God, what are they doing over there at the White House? I mean, UFOs. Come on. Do you know the list of shit that is in front of UFOs? UFOs is last. Asshole. Oh, God. You see, they don't think right. They don't. They just don't get it.
Oh, I'll believe it when I see it. Like, I'm very optimistic about disclosure, because disclosure doesn't just come from the government. It can come from science. It could come from open contact. It could come from...
Then why hasn't it happened, fool burger?
A leak to you, Jeremy and George. You know, it literally could. But I'm not sold on the Trump administration. You know, maybe I'm not being fair because it's only been 6 months, but I've kind of lost my patience. But I'm still very optimistic about disclosure because, as Richard Dolan has said many times, you know, disclosure is impossible, but it's also inevitable. So
No, it is not inevitable. I talked to an old man today who I can't... He said everything's fake. Let's just say this. He's in the know. And he did. And he proved it. And he said everything is fake. So I said, if it's fake, then why do I have dreams, or had dreams of aliens? You know what he said? Pop culture, TV, movies. He said, I was 4 or 5 years old. Come on, I don't think so. And then I say, well, what about other people who were abducted? You know, what about all those people who were abducted? What about the sightings that were written and drawn about in hundreds, even thousands of years ago? What do you say about that? Misinterpretations of art. And I'm like, you got an answer for everything. And that I understand why you do. And then he said, think about this. No matter how compartmentalized you keep a program away from everybody, A doesn't know what Z is doing, and R doesn't know what L is doing. So everybody's doing their own thing, not knowing what they're working on. It's the only way you keep a secret. But my God, you don't think that some of these people would even, might slip up someday and say something? It hasn't happened. Oh, yes, it has. Somebody slipped up. I said, whistleblowers. Come on. It's all fake, Rich. And I'm like, I know, but I can't explain things that happen to me. So then he says, look, I'll leave you with this. Do you believe your mind is strong and powerful? And I go, for what it does, yeah. Well, let's say it does more than what you know. Would you be surprised? No. Why? Think about that. And he walks away. And I said, Matrix? He said, no, it's not. Yeah. This guy.
Kind of watching the inevitable part.
Right. So that is a big deal. I mean, just to have a vice president come out and say, I am obsessed with the UFO thing. I'm going to take August and really look into it. I don't know if that's an official thing or him just like talking to people we already know or watching a bunch of podcasts, but it is encouraging. And that would be news alone. Now that's shown us that in our environment, people can talk about this much more openly. It's not ridiculed at all when he said he's obsessed with the topic. UFO Joe, did you have an impression on that?
Yeah, and I tagged him. I said, give me a call, DM me, Vice President. And right away, people get mad at me because you have the political divide, of course.
Right.
People got mad at him because he DM'd the Vice President of the United States, who's on the right. And people got mad at Joe for reaching out that way because he's on the right. What kind of thinking? We already know, but I'm just throwing it out there. To think that way, to even get mad, we saw Biden for 4 years fall upstairs. He didn't know where he was. He didn't know what he was doing. You think he was able to understand signing UFO related shit? That was the time you get it. When he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But it didn't happen, did it? What do you think's going to happen with a totally lucid president? You think he's going to drop it? We're going to give you a disclosure tomorrow. Bullshit. All of these guys are assholes. They don't understand anything at all. And UFO Jesus says he feels sorry for skeptics. I feel sorry for you living in a fantasy land where you're always going to be chasing the carrot that's dangling in front of your asshole.
But yeah, it's really good to see. And Trump, I mean, we could segue into Trump. What can Trump do? In the last 6 months, nothing has been really done. But
you guys had 48 months to get shit done.
and I will go against
with your homo president pedophile.
That's what I said in the past. When
That didn't make
Congressman
sense.
Tim
Pedophile.
Burchett came out and said, we don't need the UAP
The petty prez. There we go.
Disclosure Act. We just need a 1-page thing. Just get it declassified. And I kind of made fun of that. I'm like, it's not going to be that easy. But after seeing what Trump did with JFK, MLK, and RFK signing in an executive order, if he did that with UFOs, that would help push the ball down the field. We would not have to wait for the UAP Disclosure Act to be passed, if it gets passed. And right after he signed that executive order, Senator Schumer tweeted, "Now do UFOs." And we're all like, yeah, do it. Just do it. Because if he did it, even without the UAP Disclosure Act, I think we would get some documents, some files. I don't know how hard. I'm sure they would still fight it, the various agencies that have records, but it would be nice to see what would happen if he did.
Can't do it. You understand? They just want an admission, right? Yeah, it'd be nice, but there's consequences, and they are enormous consequences. They're very big. Well, number one, you get the attention if you do a disclosure type of deal, which isn't going to happen. But for the sake of talking about it, the world would lose their shit. That's all I can say. You can't have disclosure yet. You can't have it in 5 years either. Now we've come. Now I know I say we haven't really moved that far towards disclosure, and we haven't. But we're talking about it, right? That's all that everybody cares about. At least the conversation's out there. We're keeping it relevant. We're not letting everybody forget about UFOs and aliens ever again. And that's what they're doing every day. They're going to be out there watering down ufology with Fantasyland quotes and imaginary scenarios. Hold on a second, guys.
Did that.
Yeah, it seems like we're all wanting some sort of official acknowledgement beyond what we already have about the UFO reality. And I don't know how far we want it, like how much we want that will kind of satisfy us, because more and more as we go along, everything is less and less satisfying. Everybody's feeling like, just show me the goods. Tell me the truth. Danny, do you have any impressions on the Vice President talking about UAP?
I'm Mr. Skeptical, and I'm always pessimistic on things. I've become that way over the years, and it's just hard to know. I mean, it's not a Republican or Democrat thing. It's just politicians in general. They're hard to trust them when they say something. Is it just lip service? You know, it kind of came off to me as Vice President Vance. You know, I'm worried that he's just saying it and it's lip service and it's meaningless. And that's just kind of my view on everything that's said now. But I have to always remember when I started in 2017, like Ryan was saying, this was all amazing stuff. Like, and now we're just kind of like callous to the situation.
I like what Herb Dean is saying. What's up, Herb Dean from the UFC? Yeah, Herb Dean, everybody. No, I'm just kidding. It isn't. But I like what you're saying there. They will come. That's how you do it. That's how disclosure has to happen. They just show up, chill out in the sky, let everybody talk. And then you'll know Elon Musk and the boys will be like, well, maybe we could send a rocket up there. Yeah, they'll think we're trying to kill them. No rockets, please. Let's keep that inside. Yeah. disclosure. These guys I want disclosure too, but it can't happen. It can't. What bothers me is these guys think they're smoking gun evidence, and there isn't. Well, we've never seen it. Anyway, preaching to the choir. I just wanted to give you a little taste of what those guys are about, and to be very, very weary, leery, and scary. That's all. I gotta play this for you. I'll put the link to Weaponized in the show description. This was in the show tonight, but Red Panda Koala. Here it says, yesterday I spoke with an FBI agent for 2 hours. They had lots of questions. They were asking about the Russian documents that you brought back. Jim Semivan, Chris Mellon, and Lou Eleganzo all told me, do it. We've talked to them. Robert Hastings tells George Knapp he spoke with the FBI and they were interested in the Russian documents Knapp brought to America when the Soviet Union fell. Do you remember that story? Remember? George of the jungle.
Somebody else reacted, I guess, to the Wall Street Journal article and reached out to you, the FBI. Can you share some of those details with us?
Actually, about a month ago, Bob Salas emailed me and said, I've been interviewed by an FBI agent out of the Phoenix office. His name is Adam Herndon, and he seems very interested in, what happened to me at Malmstrom in 1967, and he wonders if he can talk to you. And I said, sure. So I talked to him on the phone about 10 days ago, 12 days ago. And just yesterday, as a matter of fact, I spoke with Adam and another FBI agent named Michael Herwig. And we talked for 2 hours. I'm surprised I made it for 2 hours, but they had lots of questions, and they seemed very intrigued by what I had to say. They asked, I don't know if you read your email yet today, George, but they were asking about the Russian documents that you brought back and so on. And so I'm also in touch with Jim Semivan, former high-level CIA, and Chris Mellon and Lou Elizondo. And all three of them, when I told them that the FBI was going to interview me, all three of them said, do it. We've talked to them. We think their heart's in the right place, and they're trying to get, legitimate information to give them, bring them up to speed as to what's been going on over the years. So, it was a very good experience.
I think I played this clip for you before, but I'm going to play it again. These two clips. This is good. These are pretty interesting. I did play Daddy Ghost before, but I didn't play this first one. This is wild stuff. This is from Nuke's Top 5. One of my favorite channels.
Very tragic past. In the early to mid 1800s, the house was part of the Underground Railroad, a network for fugitive slaves seeking freedom. Slaves escaping the South were forced to hide under the house to avoid capture by authorities. Because of its dark history, Cara believes that the house might be haunted, and she says that while her family has lived there, they have had, quote, some ghostly activity through the years. So one day, Cara and her daughter are just relaxing around the house, and they start to hear a very strange sound coming from the basement.
So for the last 20 minutes, I've been sitting on my couch, and it's been dead silent, and all of a sudden I hear Santa, and I thought it was coming from outside, and it's not. And this is my basement.
This is amazing.
Summer.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Tell me it's in the same box as Chucky right now.
Yeah, it's right there.
What?
Watch this.
Yeah, it's in there.
Right, but it hasn't been touched, and all of a sudden, after all of these months,
Did you hear it?
and it's off.
That's weird. What
Kara's
just happened.
daughter flips through a box, which ironically contains 2 old Chucky dolls, only to find that a Santa figurine has suddenly activated itself and is just talking away, even though the power switch is turned off. But there's something even weirder here that video viewers noticed after this clip was uploaded. Because, did you hear it?
This is so weird.
Right, but it hasn't been touched, and all of a sudden, after all of these months, and it's off.
Just as the Santa doll is picked up and suddenly stops talking, it can be heard seeming to frantically yell, "No, stop!" So is Kara's basement haunted?
That's crazy.
Is the little Santa doll possessed by some wayward spirit? Or is it all just a very odd coincidence?
So she's pulling it out of the box, and it's, you know, the doll's going off or whatever, the Santa thing's going off, saying what it's programmed to say. As she's pulling it out, it says, "No, stop." I mean, you clearly hear it. That is so weird. How's that fake? You know? You think she faked it? Give me a break. This
You
next
decide.
one. Now, the next one. This is what makes me want to believe.
Daddy Ghost. One morning, a woman named Cheyenne is taking care of her 2-year-old daughter when the little girl says something very strange.
Okay, who is it?
Daddy. Daddy's right there.
Is it your daddy?
No, it's your daddy.
Is
Look,
where?
look. A 2-year-old. Is it your daddy? No, it's your daddy, the baby said. Remember, the baby said, no, it's yours. What the?
Daddy's right there.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, show me.
See?
Oh.
Your daddy's missing you.
My daddy's missing me?
That's your him.
Let's go get him. Where'd he go?
In him.
Okay, show me.
Her daughter seems to be referring to Cheyenne's dad, which is odd because not only has her daughter never met her granddad, but even Cheyenne herself was only just a toddler when her father passed away. So Cheyenne shows her daughter a picture, and the little girl confirms that it's the man she saw in the hallway of their house.
Yes? Yes, it looks like that.
Daddy. Daddy. Daddy.
Yeah? And Mabel, what does your ghost do?
No.
What did you say he gave
knows?
you?
Heart.
A heart?
Daddy. Daddy.
Uh-huh.
Daddy.
Yeah.
2 days later, and it happens again.
Just see me.
What sees you? The ghost? What are you talking about?
Come on.
So amazing.
The jar scared me, and you already freaked me out.
Oh my God.
Cheyenne says that her daughter still occasionally talks to the entity that the little girl now refers to as, quote, Daddy. A woman named Britt lives on a large horse.
Hold on. Yeah, this next one's weird too. I gotta show you all these.
Ranch in the mountains. She says that lately, things around the ranch have gotten a little strange. Well, actually, they've gotten a lot strange.
Yeah, this is
It all
weird.
starts one day when Britt's dog Josie just completely freaks out.
So, I'm recording this just in the off chance that no one believes me. Maybe I can catch it and relay how freaking cemetery in my front yard. I was just inside. I'm by myself with my dog. She's up in that room upstairs. You can literally hear her working from here.
All right.
And she's just been staring at that, and then she started barking, and she growled. And when she growled, I kind of like booked it.
In this video and the one we just watched before with the child, one thing we know is that children and animals can see things we can't see. Now, I know a lot of parents think their child is making up that they have an imaginary friend. But a dog doesn't do that. A dog's not sitting there with an imaginary friend. The dog sees something, feels something, maybe smells, vibrates differently. Whatever it is, it's in that closet.
I don't really know, like, that's usually like her stance while she's waiting for me to come home, and I'm just like, is she waiting for someone to walk out of that closet?
This is so weird. This is the most bizarre place.
I don't really know.
I would move if I lived there.
What she's staring at. Because again, like, this is usually how she looks when she's waiting for me to come in, and I'm just like, what? What is it? What is it?
The dog starts ferociously barking at the upstairs bedroom closet for absolutely no reason. But little Josie's strange behavior doesn't stop there. As Britt mentioned, she has a private cemetery in front of her house where some of her family members and also several of their deceased pets are all buried together. Recently, the dog Josie has just started staring at the small graveyard.
Josie?
What the fuck? Dude, that's not the weird thing. It gets weirder.
Josie, what's going on?
The horses on the ranch often just stare toward the small cemetery as well.
Well, that's not creepy.
They don't move. They just
Josie,
stare.
what are you two looking
Why?
at?
But then it gets weirder.
What is it?
I don't know.
But now, weirdest of all, Britt says that lately the neighbors' cows have started to wander over to her property, and they also just weirdly stand around the small graveyard.
See, this is what I'm talking about. They literally just come and hang out here all the time now. It's a newer development.
Okay. Why? Why is this happening? Now the cows are just standing around the graveyard. How? Why? I really think we're nearing the end of days. No, seriously. I think the dead is gonna rise. I think they're sensing it. Their nerves. They're scared. By the way, if you want to help support Truthology for Ufology, I don't know. I thought you guys, hated the vertical, but I think you love it. I think you love the vertical stream. This sucked tonight. We didn't get anywhere with that. I thought we'd have hundreds of people here, 70 or 100 subs. Nothing. Shadow ban.
Like, why? They just kind of come and
that is so
really
weird.
Praise around this.
By the gathered cows at the graveyard, but he completes his delivery. And then things just get weird.
The cows are just standing around.
What would you do if this happened in your house?
Freaking night. Like, even at night, they even come and hang out here, and they just stand.
It's so bizarre.
And, are you for real right now?
Something sets off the alarm inside Britt's house, and as she carefully walks back inside, some unseen force seems to actually grab and pull her shirt. She drops her food in terror and runs back out. Britt says that she was too afraid to return to the house.
Oh, wow, it
She
grabbed
spent
her shirt.
the rest of the night in the family RV.
Come on, how they faking that, yo? There's no way. It looks like even fingers grabbed it. Oh, that's so cool.
That was parked outside.
Oh. That's it for tonight. I'm getting out of here. It's late. Nobody cares. Hope you guys have a good night. And for those who do care, thank you very much. I appreciate you. I think I want mushrooms. How do you think I feel, Herb? You guys ain't looking up. You ain't looking out for ufology. Remember. Truthology for ufology. Do it for you. All right. All right. We'll see you guys on the flip side in a few days. Tomorrow, I don't know what I'm doing. I got so much work. I got videos to throw up. Literally throw up. All right. So thanks for hanging, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your lives. Have a great day. Alien bless.
Open source.